Plenty of time for Stroud. Directing receivers, flips it to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Marvin Harrison Jr. making a huge impact, and the Buckeyes draw first blood, 31 yards.
The 2023 NFL Draft may be in the books, but for us insatiable draftniks, draft season never ends, and today we will be looking at the top 10 wide receivers in the 2024 class. I'm extremely excited for this video. This is one of the best position classes we have seen in a long time, and most of the guys on this list are likely to be day one starters and productive ones at that. Once again, this is not a video of the top 10 receivers in college football per se, but rather the players I think will be the top prospects for next year's draft. That said, this video should serve as a guide to the players you should keep an eye on this upcoming season. If you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe because we will be going through each position group before the college football season starts. Without further ado, let's get to the rankings. At number 10, we have Jacob Cowing from Arizona, and whilst this guy is undersized, he now has multiple seasons of elite production. Granted, most of that was in a lesser conference, but he really didn't miss a beat moving to Arizona in the Pac-12. Dude does not waste movement, has fantastic footwork and turns upfield on a dime. He's definitely too small to be much of a blocker, and you have to think he will have trouble with press coverage at the next level. As a slot guy, he has tremendous upside, but that's a less valuable position in the NFL, so we will have him at 10th on the list. At number 9, we have Oronde Gadsden II from Syracuse, even though I have some reservations about him. The upside is obvious. He's a very precise route runner, he has very long arms and subsequently a huge catch radius. He boasts fantastic size for the position too, but he's probably the slowest player on this list. He struggles to separate in zone coverage, and he really fell off as the season progressed. If he can return to early season form, he will be a high pick, but he definitely needs to improve dramatically to earn the spot that I have given him. At number 8, we have Malik Nabers out of LSU, who is one of the sharpest route runners on this list. It's rare for a player so young to have such an innate feel for finding the soft spot in zone coverage, but Nabers just gets it, man. He is great at making guys miss in the open field, too. The problem is potential character concerns. He was arrested last year for illegally carrying a firearm, although he wasn't charged. Another incident like that will have him plummet even further down draft boards, but if he stays out of trouble and has another year like last year, he will be a day 2 draft pick. At number 7, we have the massive Johnny Wilson out of Florida State. If this guy bulked up, he could legitimately play tight end. He already blocks like it, though his capacity to win contested catch situations is lacking for a player so big. He can accelerate well and has quick feet, but again, only for a guy his size. He recently transferred, and we are still kind of waiting for his breakout season. If it doesn't come this year, he will fall down this list precipitously. It wouldn't surprise me to see him on my tight ends list next season. At number 6, we have Troy Franklin out of Oregon, and he is one of the more interesting situations for a player on this list. A lot of Ducks receivers left this year, so you have to think Franklin will get a lot more attention from opposing defenses. Still, when you have speed like Franklin, you can get by safeties pretty regularly, even in cover 4 situations. He does need to bulk up though, and you have to wonder how that will affect his playing speed. He has been fine against press coverage in college, but trust me, that will not translate to the NFL where cornerbacks are bigger and stronger. If he can gain 10 to 15 pounds of muscle, he's an easy first round pick. At number 5, we get to the elite options, and we are starting perhaps surprisingly with Dorian Singer out of USC. This guy is kind of my receiver crush for 2024, and I'm higher on him than most. He's definitely a bit of a tweener, and he will have a hard time run blocking in the NFL, but as a pure receiver, he has elite work ethic, and it shows in everything he does. He has great hands, great acceleration, he runs really sharp routes, and his coach joked that he would bet an entire year's salary on Singer coming down with a 50-50 ball. With Caleb Williams as his quarterback and Jordan Addison gone, I expect a massive breakout year from Dorian Singer. At number 4, we have Xavier Worthy from Texas, who might be the fastest player on this list. He has a lot of the same strengths as Singer, great hands, acceleration, and burst in the open field. He is even smaller than Singer though, and he is never going to be even a functional run blocker, let alone a good one. Still, with the ball in his hands, he is a home run threat every time. His freshman year was better than his sophomore year, but that was probably due to poorer quarterback play. With Ewers presumably taking a step forward this season, look for Xavier Worthy to have a monster year and be a top 20 pick. At number 3, we have Emeka Egbuka out of Ohio State, which is curious as he isn't even the best wide receiver on his own team. That said, dude is a straight-up burner. Don't be surprised if he runs a sub 4.3 at the combine next year. His long arms also give him a remarkable catch radius, and you have to love the fact that he was lined up all over the field and had success everywhere he went. He did have some drop problems, and he isn't a great run blocker, but his excellent burst and ability to make guys miss in space is going to garner him a top 20 pick in next year's draft. It will be interesting to see how he does without CJ Stroud throwing him the ball, but I think Egbuka will be fine. At number 2, I have Rome Odunze out of Washington, and I think this guy is primed for a massive year. He will need his quarterback, Michael Penix, to stay healthy, which doesn't happen, but this guy gambled on himself by staying in college another year for a reason. He isn't the fastest player on this list, but he does everything else extremely well. From crisp route running to great acceleration to his excellent hands, the guy is close to a total package. He's already difficult to jam in press coverage, and he has the frame to add even more bulk. This guy looks and feels like an NFL receiver already, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him go top 10 next year, if my projection holds up. And at number 1, we have the guy who honestly might be the best receiver in the NFL the second he steps onto a pro field, Marvin Harrison Jr. out of Ohio State. I dare you to find a flaw in this guy's game. Great speed, great hands, sharp route runner, elite acceleration. He's a great run blocker. He has a fantastic catch radius, and he makes impossible catches look like a breeze. Even though he no longer has CJ Stroud throwing him the ball, I'm confident Harrison Jr. isn't going to miss a beat. Smart money says he will be the first non-quarterback off the board in next April's draft. And that's the video. If there's anyone you think I missed, let me know in the comments section. Thanks for watching, and peace out.